Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, grade 1. Welcome to your social studies class. In today's class, we will be discussing about some more things in Pakistan which we are proud of. Okay, so we started this unit in on Monday, and so far we have discussed about the Dr. Abdul Salam, who is a famous scientist, and then we have in yesterday's class we talked about the national anthem. Right, national anthem is one thing for which we are really proud of. Right, it's basically the pride of all of us, all Pakistanis. So now in today's class, we will be discussing some famous places from Pakistan which are most visited, and we will discuss that why these places are important, why they are given that much importance, and what is so excited about it, or is there any historical or any connectivity with that which leads to its importance. Okay, so first of all, let's have a reading of your book, page number 28. I want all of you to open this. Well, the topic name is Things We Are Proud of in Pakistan. Marvi says that some objects, buildings, people, and places in Pakistan are very well known. This is very true. So, Dr. Abdus Salam, he was a famous Pakistani scientist, and he was given a very important prize, the Nobel Prize for Physics, in 1979 because he was so clever. Why he was clever? Because he did great things with his cleverness, right? Now, the national anthem is the song of our country, and here are some more things that Pakistan is famous for. And then she has added some pictures of it, right? You can see that there are some very beautiful pictures of the famous places in Pakistan. This is Minar Pakistan, then we have a Faisal Mosque, then we have the Khyber Pass, we have the Ziyarat Residency, and then we have another important figure, which is Jansher Khan, an important and famous player of Pakistan, right? So in today's class, our focus would be on three things, that is Faisal Mosque, Ziyarat Residency, and the Khyber Pass. Okay, so let's before wasting any time, I'm going to share the screen with you, and then we will discuss about all of these places. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen with you. Show me a thumbs up if it is visible to you or not. Okay, so the very first place that we will be discussing is this wonderful place. Well, this is personally my favorite place, and whenever I get a chance, like I am in close, whenever I visit Islamabad and I'm close to this place, I do visit this, and I prefer offering prayer over there. So this is very lovely place. You feel a level of comfort and soothing feeling whenever you visit this, and it's very great to spend time over there, right, instead of spending time in some park or like that. So, how many of you identify this place? Yes, Faisal Mosque. Excellent. So, this eye-popping Shah Faisal Mosque, this is basically at the foot of Margala Hills, right? And it is one of the Asia's largest mosque, right? And this reflects an electric blend of ultra-modern and traditional architectural design styles. Have you seen whenever you visit, or how many of you have visited this? First, raise your hands. All of you, that's great. So whenever you visit, you see that there is this wonderful of lightning inside it. It looks amazing from the outside as well. It have a very good and very unique shape, right, from the outside as well. Its structure is very beautiful, and every work which is done inside and outside, it is done with with minimal of details, right? So if you look at the details of it, this is very beautiful. So it says that it reflects an aesthetic blend of what ultra modern and traditional architecture. It is more of a modern and traditional as well. So it has sloping roofs, and the main prayer hall and the courtyard is said to hold around 100,000 people. So at one time, 100,000 people can offer prayer in the hall of this, the big hall which is there, which is open mostly on during the prayer time, but otherwise it is closed for people, right? And this, but yes, you can visit this and you can of a prayer over there. So most of its cost was a gift from King Faisal of Saudi Arabia, who built this mosque. King of Saudi Arabia, he built this mosque for Pakistan, and this is very wonderful. People do visit this. People spend time over there. But what is sad about this is whenever people visit this, they throw garbage, they throw the boxes of the food over there, and they doesn't care that this is a mosque and they should show respect to it. Yes, they do visit it, or people consider it as a visiting area. Like they visit other parks and other, places, they consider it as a visiting area as well, and they start eating food over there. For me, there should be a respect for that, right? Yes, you are supposed to visit this, but still it's a mosque, it's the home of Allah. So you should show respect for that, right? So when you visit this, do not eat over there, do not talk in a, some nonsense talks in the mosque, and just focus on that you are supposed to hear for the for offering prayer. Beside that, avoid photography as well, because this is not good to do photography in the mosque. And do not throw the garbage or the boxes or the things that you are carrying with you over there. Yes, you can eat in the garden or the greenery which is there, but refrain from such activities which, yes, which spread. Very well done. So we should be very, very careful about the cleanliness of things. We should be very, very careful about the uh, we should show respect to this place, even if we are allowed to. There are a lot of places in Pakistan which are on which people are allowed to visit, but when people do such things over there, then they stop people from visiting. So we should be good citizens, we should be good people, we should be good Muslims, and we should do things which are good and which show us manners as well, right? So behave in a mannerly way. Now let's move toward the next place. I'm going to share the screen again with you, and let's talk about the next place that we are discussing today. So tell me, how many of you recognize this place? Yes. How many of you have seen this over the TV in any movie or something like that? Yes. Very well done. This is known as Khyber Pass, right? And this is very important pass, and one of the important passes of Pakistan, because this connects Afghanistan and Pakistan, and from Afghanistan, Kabul, and from Pakistan, Peshawar. So these both cities are connected, and they together connect the both countries as well. It has historically been the gateway of invasions of the Indian subcontinent from the northwest. Indians used to invade in Pakistan from this, right? And then the name Khyber is also applied to the range of arid, broken hills through which the pass runs and which form the last spurs of the Sindh Ghar range. So the Khyber is also, this name is also applied on the range of hills which are in the surrounding, or which comes in the way to this pass, basically, right? Then we have on either side of the connecting ridge are the sources of two small streams, the beds of which form the Khyber Gorge. We have two streams, beautiful as well, and it winds between cliff of shale and limestone, right? Now, if we talk about the length of it, so it is 53 kilometer, and just beyond the old Afghan, it opens into the plain region, right? So now, why this is important, this important is because through this pass, a lot of trade can be done, and a lot of trade is being done, because through people, they move from Pakistan to Afghanistan, and then from Afghanistan to some other countries. So they can, yes, people can go by road as well. There are some restrictions put on people in some time, for some time, but then they are just removed, right? So this is one of the important passes, that it connects Afghanistan to Pakistan. And what are the two cities? Kabul and Peshawar. From Afghanistan, the city Kabul, and from Pakistan, the city is Peshawar. Okay, G. So now we will be discussing about the third place, that which is again very, very important. And why it is important, let's discuss that. So tell me, how many of you recognize this place? Yes. In the last week, we talked about a very great personality of Pakistan. We talked about the great leader of Pakistan. Can anybody tell me who was he? Our great leader, Qaid Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Great. So now this is the hint, that this place is linked with him. Can you tell me now what is this? This is Ziyarat Residency, Archives last abode. This means that he spent the last days of his life in this place, right? So almost 3 hours away from Quetta. This is almost 3 hours away from Quetta, and this is a small hamlet frozen in time. So in 1986, Ziyarat became its own district after being sub tehsil of the Sibi district, and the term Ziyarat literally meaning shrine, right? So is named after the shrine of an 18th century mystic Baba, and this holds two distinctions. It is home to a unique juniper forest ecosystem. This basically residency is within a forest, right? And then it is home to it is also pinnacle of town as well, right? So this building was the state house of the father of the nation, our Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and it is here that he spent his last 70 days before being flown back to Karachi. And then he flew back to Karachi, and where he breathed his last. So this was the place where he spent almost 70 days of his life, the last days. Then he flew to Karachi, and there he died. So this place, why this place is important, because he spent time over there. Now this is basically built in the structure of it is very historical, it is very unique, modern as well, and the place where it is located is also holds very importance, right? Okay, class. So in today's class, what we have discussed about three more things for which we are proud of and having in Pakistan. The one thing is Faisal Mosque, which is one of the biggest mosque of Asia. Then we talked about the Khyber Pass, which is one of the important passes of Pakistan because it connects Afghanistan to Pakistan. And the third, we have talked about the Ziyarat residency. Why it is important? Because it is the place where our great leader Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, he spent the last days of his life, right? So far we have discussed like 45 things for which there we are proud of in Pakistan. And as in your book, Mavi says that there are some objects, buildings, people, and places which are very well known. So we have discussed some of them, and we will discuss some more in the tomorrow's class as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the lecture. Do search for some more things about these places, some interesting facts about these places, and share it with me in tomorrow's class. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Take care. Allah Hafiz.